Hi everyone, I am Dr. Candace Stafford-Banks and I am going to be your professor for Introduction to Sustainable Food Systems here at Woodland Community College, or anywhere you're taking it because it's an online class. I want to give you a little bit of an introduction to the class and tell you just a little bit about myself. I've also created a video on navigating our Canvas course, so make sure you check that out if you've never done a Canvas course before or if you've never done a course with me. If you've never done an online course before, I really don't want you to fall under the misconception that online courses are easier, because this is not going to be easier than a normal class, but it is far more convenient because you can do it anywhere, anytime you want, when it fits into your schedule. However, I will say that my most successful students are the ones that set aside specific time each week, maybe on a Monday and a Wednesday or Tuesday and a Friday, to really work on the class. So that time is just set aside for this class, okay? I don't want any of you to fall behind in this class. I do want to share some of our materials with you because we are on video. So this is our textbook, Balancing on a Planet by David Cleveland. When I read textbooks, I've just always been like this. I put all these little tabbies in and I have it I don't know if you can see it, but just underlined, and I write all over it, so I could never rent a textbook. Thankfully, this textbook is actually pretty cheap, and I bought mine on Amazon. I recommend you buy yours on Amazon too, but it is should be available at the Woodland Community College bookstore as well. So this is our required textbook for the class, and anytime there are readings out of the textbook, I will have reflection questions for you. You don't have to turn these in, but these are really going to help focus your reading and reinforce what we're going over in the lectures, and then you can use those as a study guide, which is awesome. And those questions will pop up on quizzes and on exams, so it's a good idea to do those. It does get a little bit crazy technical in some areas in our textbook, and so I've designed our lectures to really complement it so that I give you a basic understanding of everything before you go off and get kind of into the weeds. And there are some areas that I just say, oh, don't even read these parts because they're just too complicated for us, unless you really want to. Another book that's really great that you don't need to buy, I have it on our recommended list, is Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond. This book is amazing, and I use it a lot for our history of agriculture. I only use a very small portion of the book for it, so if you have free time and you love reading, and I'm not a real history buff, but like, this is amazing. This is just kind of our history of the world in this little, well, somewhat little book. And then if you want to know more about, let me go back, the agri-food system, this one is really nice, Introduction to the U.S. Food System, Public Health, Environment, and Equity. Another pretty hefty book, and I think maybe this one was a little bit more expensive. There are lots and lots of resources out there, lots of textbooks, lots of online material, but I really like these two, and I use them a lot while developing this course. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I really love agriculture. I kind of grew up in and around it, didn't engage in it a whole lot when I was a kid. I wish I had done 4-H and FFA. But then when I went to college as a pre-med student, I thankfully took an entomology class my very first year and fell in love with bugs. I'd always loved bugs. And so I switched degrees and now have a bachelor's and a master's in entomology and then a PhD in plant pathology. So I am really interested in understanding and properly managing pests. And so my integrated pest management classes in college is what initially introduced me to the idea of sustainable agriculture. So I'm just really excited to teach this class to you. I'm excited to tell you all about the origins of agriculture and the domestication of crops and animals, and then discuss the current state of our U.S. food system, and finally take a look at what the future of our U.S. food system will hopefully look like once we have made it more sustainable. because we need to be able to protect our planet and our people and produce food for our planet and our people for as long as we possibly can. So I just really look forward to interacting and connecting with all of you. And anytime you have questions on anything, anything looks weird, anything feels weird, please don't hesitate to contact me because I am here for you. Bye-bye.